show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
My name is Katie Morton and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. I talk about anxiety, ADHD, eating disorders, and really anything mental health related. So if you'd like to subscribe, we would love to have you. I promise you will always leave with some helpful information for you or for someone that you love. And subscribing really helps creators keep doing what we do. Okay, let's jump into today's topic. Trauma bonding is an unhealthy attachment that we can form with our abuser. This usually happens in toxic or abusive relationships. But it can also happen in families, at church, with friends. It most commonly occurs when the relationship we are in follows what's known as a cycle of abuse, meaning that when someone harms us physically, sexually, or emotionally, then, so that's the abuse state, then we move into the next stage, which is called the honeymoon phase. And that's kind of like love bombing. They tell us they love us, they're so sorry, they never meant to hurt us, it won't happen again, they would die without us, and go on and on and on. And this love bombing and manipulation can confuse the person who was abused, and it can make us think that they really didn't mean to hurt us, and they do love us. Now, over time, this cycle of getting hurt and then being told that they love and care for us can lead to us becoming attached to our abuser, even feeling bad for them and feeling deep affection for them, which is why it can be so hard for us to leave. We can also trauma bond as a way to prevent any further abuse from happening to us, just like the fawn response, which, if you're not familiar, is another form of fight, flight, and freeze. But fawning is when we people please so that they won't hurt us again. And it's really our attempt at taking control back from our abuser in order to protect ourselves. Since trauma bonding can often be confused with love, let's jump into the 5 signs that what we're experiencing is in fact trauma bonding and not love. Number 1, we are enmeshed. Meaning that there aren't any healthy boundaries in our relationship. How they feel is how we feel. And we can find ourselves putting their needs above our own and needing them to make decisions for us, or at least weighing in on them. We can even struggle to do things on our own, see our own friends, and focus on our own personal growth. Number 2 is if they have ever abused us. Physically, sexually, emotionally, even if they said it wouldn't happen again or gave excuses for why they did it. I was really tired, I had a bad day, Healthy relationships have mutual respect and are physically and emotionally safe. If you don't have those things in your relationship, you may want to consider ending that relationship. Number 3, we are codependent. Now, codependency happens a lot in relationships where addiction is present because one person is the addict and the other person is addicted to caring for them. In this case, we can feel that our only purpose or the only way that we are deserving of love is if we care for the other person, even when it puts us in danger. We can feel like our only value is in being the caretaker or the fixer, and this can allow the person to keep doing what they do. When it comes to trauma bonds specifically, we can want the relationship to continue at any cost because our identity can be wrapped up in them. Or we can think so little of ourselves that we believe we aren't anything without them. And so we do what we need to do to keep them happy. Number 4, they don't like us seeing our friends or family. If someone ever tries to tell you that your friends or family are bad for you, they don't deserve you, or they act upset when you make time to see them, get out of there. Sure, I know, we can have one friend or a family member that isn't the best, or maybe they've said hurtful things.
Ho, 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 ho! It's Friday. You thought I was going to take my foot off the gas? Never. The voice of reason, man. I'm here to have these uncomfortable conversations. This is real talk. Hurt magnets. A deeper look at how our unhealed wounds make us very attractive to certain folk. And we are attracted to them. How is it that you can be attracted to somebody's wound? How can a wound make them more appealing to you? Lord, when we come forward, Zoe is going to pop off with these questions. The phone lines are open. 1-800-920-1580. You already know this is a conversation where every perspective is valued. So call in. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this is your experience. Call us right now, 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, the heat shall begin.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Congratulations to Trinity Unlimited Childcare for being KBLA Talk 1580's Office of the Week. Into your business today in the KBLA app or KBLA1580.com for the Office of the Week. Congratulations to Trinity Unlimited Childcare.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to join us in celebrating the season of giving by being part of the solution. As we enjoy great food, family, warmth, and well wishes in whatever our festive tradition may be, we share the beauty of the season by reaching out to the less fortunate. Please help us to help others with the KBLA Cover the Houseless Cozy Community Coat and Blanket Drive. All you have to do is drop off new or clean, gently used winter coats and blankets in the KBLA lobby during business hours. Now through December 20th, all of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals and families experiencing houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net. And together, we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580 is pleased to announce a can't-miss community event.
It's a celebration.
Welcome home, Mayor-elect Karen Bass.
You gotta be kidding me.
On Saturday, December 10th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., join KBLA Talk 1580 in Leimert Park at the intersection of Leimert and Vernon for this free public event as we celebrate Mayor-elect Bass's historic victory. There'll be live performances from Brian McKnight, Wapale, Club Nouveau, and more. There'll be food trucks and a diverse array of vendors, along with the attendance and participation from community leaders, elected officials, celebrities, business owners, and other notables. KBLA Talk 1580 will host Mayor-elect Bass on the main stage at 11 a.m. as we reflect on the importance of this moment and what it means for the Black community, women, and all Angelinos who believe in the limitless potential of our amazing city. We look forward to celebrating with Mayor-elect Karen Bass and you, Saturday, December 10th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the intersection of Lemert and Vernon.
It's a celebration.
This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now.
We've got a lot to talk about. You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
It's so good loving somebody, and that somebody loves you back. To be loved and be loved in return, it's the only thing that my heart desires. Just appreciate the little things I do. Oh, you're the one who's got me inspired. Keep on lifting me higher. So good, loving somebody, and somebody loves you back. It's so good, needing somebody, and somebody needs you back.
Ladies
We can build
and
a
brothers,
world of love, a life of joy.
the voice of
Make our
reason
goal each other's
on a Friday night
hands.
has returned
For you, anything
to the scene of the conversation. KBLA Talk 1580, the flyest talk radio station in America and the world. We on fire tonight already. Tonight's topic: hurt magnets. Can someone's unhealed wounds make them more attractive? You were just listening to the legendary sounds of Teddy Pendergrass. My playlist is my co-host. Tonight's verses, powerful verses set up. Teddy Pendergrass versus Donny Hathaway. Oh, I'm playing love records that feel good. You know why? Because people don't want to be honest about wounds. When you identify with a wound, when a wound is a co-author of your sense of self, of your identity, people don't want to be honest. Wounds hurt so good. Yes, they're toxic. Yes, they're dysfunction. But in relationships, people start seeking these cycles because, again, the wounds in you are familiar with the wounds in me. Oh, man. And a lot of times the relationship is predicated on that connection. 1-800-920-1580. Somebody call me right now. Can traumatic experiences, unhealed ones, of course, influence who you're attracted to? Can someone's unhealed wounds make them appear more attractive to you? Can you love someone, oh man, you have a trauma bond with? Are trauma bonded relationships fertile ground for authentic love to grow? 1-800-920-1580. I need you to hear this. Are your partner's unhealed wounds familiar to you? If so, why? Are your internal unhealed wounds, the chief perpetuator of pain and dissatisfaction in your life? Why did I ask that question? Because the clinical people still have good and bad in the way they describe this, right? The good is you're a victim and this happened to you. And not all clinicians are like this. But those who are just books, and don't understand the dynamics of spirituality tend to make it the victim versus the victimizer. That's why I asked the question, are your internal wounds the chief perpetuator of pain and dissatisfaction in your life? See, an abuser, somebody who, listen, when you're self-unaware, people can manipulate you, right? So part of coming into self-fulfillment, self-actualization, you start to become aware of the things you allow. Do you understand? Are your internal unhealed wounds the chief perpetuator of pain and dissatisfaction in your life? Let me say it another way. Could you have a Stockholm syndrome-like relationship with your unhealed wounds? Oh, Lord, don't do that, Zoe. Do you have a Stockholm syndrome-like relationship with your unhealed wounds? The wounds have a lot to say when they're not confronted through non-judgmental observation. We spend most of our time trying to dress those wounds up, trying to hide those wounds, trying to suppress those wounds. But could you have a Stockholm syndrome-like relationship with your unhealed wounds? And thus, by way of that kind of relationship, empower them to help you choose partners that are compatible with them. You mean to tell, Zoe, yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm implying that those unhealed wounds are helping you choose a mate. 1-800-920-1580. Somebody get to your phone line right now. You're attracted to your work. Oh, I know that they're not ready for this evening. Are you attracted to the work that is required to heal the wounds? What are the signs your relationship is based on unhealed core wounds? Why can trauma, unhealed trauma, of course, be addictive? Are y'all ready for tonight's topic? The hurt magnets. Now, in my 2021 book, The Shrouded Lighthouse, I say people are comprised of two lighthouses. I use a metaphor. Remember the whole conversation last night? The word is the map is not the territory. The word is a descriptor of reality and not reality. So I used a metaphor. People are dual-sided lighthouses. There is the external lighthouse or the readily visible lighthouse. That lighthouse contains all of your surface traits. Okay? Your smile, your laugh, your sense of humor, your intellect, all the things that your mask is really good at showing. You can dance, you're athletic, you're smart, all of that stuff. These are visible lights, things we can perceive on the surface. Then you have a hidden lighthouse, an obscure, an occult lighthouse. The word occult, don't be afraid of it. It only means hidden. People, boy, when you don't know what words mean and the media tell you what they mean, you stay away from them. And that's why a lot of people they don't know a lot of stuff. The word occult just means hidden. You have an occult lighthouse, a hidden lighthouse. And you know what that hidden lighthouse is comprised of? Well, Jung would call it shadow. the unconscious. Okay? You have a shadow lighthouse. And that shadow lighthouse is the storehouse for all the stuff you need to work on. Now, the metaphor of the lighthouse is quite simple. The visible lighthouse that we see near the sea has a job. When the weather is bad or inclement and fog and all of that, what happens is, overcast, whatever, fishermen, sailors, they can't see the coastline. They can't see the shore. So the lighthouse sends a beam of light out to say, hey, we're over here. Right? Because when the sailors can't see, they run the potential of running into the land or running aground, right? So the lighthouse is a beacon that can guide the ships to shore. Well, your dark lighthouse is doing the same thing. Your wounds are sending out a beacon to other wounds and guiding them to the shores of your soul. Now, okay. I don't know who really want to have this conversation tonight, because everybody got a villain in their life. Everybody got a liar. But lies don't work on the truth. If you're the truth, can't nobody tell you a lie. If you've been lied to and you believed it, you better go inside and search for the lie you tell yourself, which is compatible with the lie somebody told you. 1-800-920-15. I don't know who's ready for this tonight. Hey. What? See, no disrespect to my clinicians out there, but there is a clinical side, but I believe the clinical side must be balanced by the spiritual side. And the spirit side says a wound, an external wound, listen to what I'm about to say. The one that is compatible with the internal wound doesn't get to come in to you, into your space, unless you give it permission. That external wound is like a vampire. It can't enter your spirit. It can't enter your temple unless you give it permission. Now, flip it back the other way. Who's giving the external mirrored wound permission to participate in your temple? Is it you or is it your boss? Your unhealed wounds that co-authored your identity, that co-authored your relationship expectations, that co-authored your preference. Lord, 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. We about to get cooking in 2 seconds. Davey Lee from El Dorado, Arkansas. First caller of the night. Talk to me, man.
What's up, bro? What's happening, y'all? I have to say that this is a very powerful topic for me because it's very true. You know, like I said in the past on the show, I was harmed as a child or whatnot. A man made me sodomize him or whatnot. I'm not making any excuses for what I've done because at the end of the day, it's much worse to me because I have to live with it. You know, I don't know that man passed, you know? Mm-hmm. So, you feel me, on some real shit, man? Oh my God, my bad. So, but on some real type stuff, you know, I've been through circumstances and situations where I've harmed loved ones, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't do no graping or nothing like that, but the groping, you know, sadly, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's a part of my life, you know? So it comes to a situation where, you know, I have to be around people in my family who love me to this day, and they have some type of trauma bond with me to where they stuck to me like glue. If I want to rap, they want to rap. If I want to do certain things, they want to do certain things because they look at me in a certain way, you know what I'm saying? So I can understand where you come from when you talk about trauma bond, and people could become infatuated with you, you know, especially in certain grooming processes. Now that I'm reading and understanding the mind, I understand how people can attach to you. So, You know, all I gotta say is, man, protect y'all people, man, and be down for your family, bro. Because like the young lady who I'm talking about and stuff like that, her mother just passed like last what is it? I think last Thanksgiving. You know, the holidays just passed, so they going through real situations right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I have to be there for her in a certain way, a certain manner. I have to be there for my family in a certain way because that's all I got now since they ain't got their mother. You know, and it's just like, I wish I could apologize. I wish I could be there to, you know what I'm saying, make amends with certain things I've done in the past to her. But now that she's gone, the only thing that I have is this work to, you know, show my intentions, show my actions as a man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not there. You feel me? So the only thing I can do is be the best that I can be for the future. You know, so like I really understand where you're coming from, man. Because it all the dark things and stuff like that, it's made me want to harm people because I be feeling some type of way about the dude who done made me do what I did to him or whatever. Because I be thinking about straight, you know what I'm saying? Medicine type ish.
Well, let me ask you this.
I ain't gonna lie. Straight clapping.
Let me ask you this. Have you gone to therapy?
You told me about it and whatnot. I used to go to therapy when I was a kid, but see, I didn't have any understanding. From what you done told me over time, but just listening to you, I have more of an understanding of why I should go to therapy. But when I was a kid, I couldn't talk about this. You know, I didn't understand. You know what I'm saying? I done been burned and stuff. That thing happened to me when I was like 5 years old, so I couldn't comprehend my mind state that I'm at today. But, you know, I would be more than welcome to, you know, do it now. Right. You know, it's just like I couldn't comprehend. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't understand.
But now's the time.
I couldn't fathom what I was going through.
Let me tell you.
You're right about it.
Let me tell you why now is the time, Davey.
Yes, sir.
Because you're on the radio, and you have the courage to talk about it. This is a safe space. I'm glad you called us. But you have the courage to talk about it now, bro. So if you got the courage to talk to me, I know you got the courage to talk to Jashana Johnson.
You right. I'm gonna get up these duckies and save up this paper.
Yeah, man. Because listen, man. Listen, you don't want to self-medicate those feelings.
I don't anymore. I stopped smoking and drinking 3 months ago. I'm cool with all that.
No, but that's true. Smoking and drinking is one way to self-medicate. But when I say self-medicate, what I'm implying is I'll get to it. You know, I did it when I was young, you know, and, you know, I got some progress out of it. I ain't been back to it since. You know, a lot of stuff been going on in my life. No. This is for your soul, brother. This is the fight for your soul. And the fact that you can call in right now and share that traumatic experience means you're ready, brother. You got the courage to sit down with somebody behind closed doors and unburden your soul and start to walk through this process so you can really come back even better. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Man.
You're right about that, because I end up lashing out at people. I just got into a fight at the mall like a month ago and kicked this poor man's teeth out, man. So I know it's something inside of me I got to change in order to grow, because the demons, man, I be wanting to lash out on people and like wild out.
So,
you know?
Davey Lee, hold tight. Hang on. El Dorado, Arkansas. We'll be right back to you, brother. When I come forward, we're going to talk to this brother just a little bit more.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. The Bureau of Prisons says all federal inmates who were held in private prisons are now in federal prisons. Last year, President Biden signed an executive order directing the Bureau to move the inmates back to federal facilities and called it the first step to stop corporations from profiting off of incarceration that is less humane and less safe. President Biden is approving a bill to prevent what has been described by some as a potentially catastrophic railroad strike. The measure forces a deal between freight railroads and their unions, averting a shutdown. Biden said some 750,000 Americans would have been put out of work within the first 2 weeks of a shutdown. A Savannah, Georgia man, 42-year-old Jimmy Pays, has been charged with aggravated assault and aggravated battery for shooting a white teenager who was at his door campaigning for U.S. Senator Raphael Warnock. Warnock's hometown is Savannah. And that's the latest. I'm Doug Davis from the Black Information Network at BINnews.com.
NetSpend All Access account. Get the account designed for your everyday mobile banking needs. Banking services provided by and account established by Pathward NA. Member FDIC. Deposit account opening is subject to registration and ID verification. Terms and costs apply.
Hi, I'm Tavis Smiley. As KBLA Talk 1580 host, we never quite know where the conversation is going to go. But sometimes our guests really surprise us.
Let me just close with saying I downloaded your app while we were talking. It's a terrific app. I look forward to it. I'm enjoying your format and what have you. I will tweet it to my several 100,000 followers and call their attention to it as well.
If the KBLA 1580 app is enticing enough for our guests to download and share, you should download the app and share with your friends too. That's beautiful. What you say? So, download the KBLA 1580 app today and take us with you wherever you go. KBLA Talk 1580.
You are now rocking with the best.
We've got a lot to talk about.
When you're the victim of a car accident, who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP Accident Attorneys, the personal injury pros. Hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. Our team is in it to win it, and we'll fight to get the maximum compensation you deserve. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for your free consultation. Call 833-MVP-WINS.
Call on me, your MVP.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life with just one wrong pill. Addiction is a disease that can affect anyone at any age. But there is a choice to get help for this disease. Find medically proven treatment options, including virtual, at choosemat.org.
On Saturday, December 3rd, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., come out and enjoy a free community health fair, co-sponsored by Pleasant Hill Baptist Church Health Ministry and the Central Neighborhood Health Foundation. The fair will be held on the church grounds at 2009 West Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, with free health screenings, refreshments, jumpers for the kids, a visit from Santa, entertainment with a DJ, free food giveaway for the first 100 people who attend, as well as raffles and other prizes. There will also be open enrollment, health insurance representatives present. Attendees can get free blood pressure, glucose, HIV and STD testing, a dental screening, fluoride varnish, COVID testing, vaccines and boosters. Flu shots will also be offered. Housing navigation, mental health support, and education services will be available. Don't miss this free community health fair. Tell somebody and receive the gift of preventative health services this season. See you all on Saturday, December 3rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 2009 West Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Los Angeles.
KBLA Talk 1580.
The thrill of victory. The thrill of victory. Thrill of victory. Yeah, man.
KBLA Talk 1580 wishes to congratulate Mayor-elect Karen Bass on her historic win as the first woman and only second African-American to serve as chief executive of the city of Los Angeles.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Bass, and welcome back to Unapologetically Progressive KBLA Talk 1580.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show, and this is my very first interview, and I am proud that it's here.
We are proud to have you here. What do you want to say to the listeners of KBLA Talk 1580?
I want to say thank you from just, I'm just full of the love that I felt every place I went in the community, and I just want the listeners to know that I promise you I won't disappoint you. I will be accessible. I will never forget where I'm from, and understand that is my primary motivation.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Karen Bass, holding all leaders accountable to you.
No matter who you voted for, no matter who you are or where you live, I will be a mayor for you.
We're KBLA Talk 1580. Talk 1580. Talk 1580. And we don't black down. We've got a lot to talk about. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
You were meant for me. No one else could come between this love I know. 'Cause I'll never let you go.
Loving you has made me feel so fine. I can see my friends turn green with envy every time I tell them I'm so glad you're mine. You were meant for me.
Man.
No one else could come between this.
Wow. Donny Hathaway, man. Tonight's verse is Donny Hathaway versus Teddy Pendergrass. We have a Ali Frazier heavyweight battle tonight. Woo! Man, do you know trauma bonding feels as good as that record? Much like love bombing, trauma bonding or trauma bonds can give the resemblance of love. It's faux love, right? Diet love. They're often confused for love because of the trying nature. And when you love someone, you do try. Trauma bond relationships are driven by fear, not love, which is the biggest differentiator between trauma bonds and true love. Trauma bonds have fear, deeply rooted. I gotta control this person. So again, the performance, this is why I call certain people relationship thespians. I'm gonna do for you, but I'm doing for you with a silent contract. I'm gonna do for you with silent expectations. And sometimes verbally expressed expectations. It's really a relationship investment. I call them relationship brokers. You know, people who are love bonding and trauma bonding, they tend to move really quickly. I'm going to lavish you with gifts and, you know, over-the-top gestures of my devotion to you. They become, you know, compliment crazy. They're going to compliment you. Oh, you're so beautiful. You're so gorgeous. You're so fly. You're so amazing. You're so sweet. You're so. All day long, they're going to do that. I love everything about you. I never met anybody as perfect as you. Right? They're going to kill you with that. They're going to bombard you with that. Of course, you're going to get the bombardment of text messages and phone calls and, oh, God, they might even show up at work. And, of course, you better give them your undivided attention. When you don't focus on them and you focus on somebody else, they very well might get angry or even violent. But when I say they, remember, they represent you. There's some of that in you. Okay. You're going to find out when the clinical part grows into, it's going to evolve as it continues to go on. It's going to evolve into a more spiritual way. And you're going to see when Dr. Alan Berger said, we are all victims of victims in a cycle of victimization and re-victimization. When he said that, I was like, hey, we're there. We're there. Okay? Trauma bonders are going to try to convince you that you guys are soulmates. You were born together. You were born to be together. It's fate. Right? You understand me more than anybody else. You were made for me. Oh, God. Of course, they're overly needy. Well, you're overwhelmed by their intensity. The relationship enters into a honeymoon phase, which doesn't last long. It's like a supernova relationship, burns hot and fast, and then fizzles into the dysfunction relatively quickly. Davy Lee, El Dorado, Arkansas. Get back in here, man. Rapid Come on, give me that juice, man. I know you finna lay it out.
I got you, man. Well, I just want to say, when it comes to like people you got love for, man, if you done ever did anything to where you done been a detriment to folks, you feel me? You got real love for, try your best to make it right, man. I done went to my family and like, apologize and all type of stuff. You got to be a man or a woman about that, you know what I'm saying? Because women do things foul too. You got to really be about your business and be about your people to handle that, you know what I'm saying? Handle that business. Because, I'm from the country, man. We do things a little different, People, where I'm from, they weren't allowed to go in certain stores and stuff until the late 60s, Things are different where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? It's real like that, So I got family from California, from the Midwest, we all type of clicked up, different type of gangs and stuff like that. So it's a little rough down here. You would think, just because we from the country, you know what I'm saying, it's just some old hee-haw type. No, that's not what we on, man, So it's just about being down for your folks, man, and I advise anybody, man, if you done been through certain type of things that I've been from, man, be down for your people, man. Because if you don't be down, they going to eat you. Wolves eat sheep, man. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you just do what you got to do for your folks, man. And and I thank you for allowing me to speak, and being a lending ear. I thank all of y'all for giving me this opportunity because sometimes I need it. Like I said, I just got into a situation at the mall where I did my little issue on this man. So, and I feel bad about it because he my little sisters and stuff like that, stepmama boyfriend. So ain't no Christmas for me. You know what I'm saying? I done did them dirty. So I didn't want me around.
I'm going to say it again, brother. Listen, man. Go do the work.
Yes, sir.
The work for you. Your internal work. Go do it, brother. Before you get to apologizing and, man, just go find somebody, a professional, a clinician, a therapist, a psychologist, and really invest in yourself. Please do that, brother. All right?
Yes, sir. I appreciate your time, Big Zo, man. I'm going to holler at you, dog.
All right, good brother. We appreciate the call and the transparency. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, you know what you got to do. Call me, 1-800-920-1580. We're going to take everybody's call. We want to get everybody's perspective and opinion. And like I said, non-judgmental space. Daryl from Los Angeles, get in here, and then we're going to Fred at Northridge. Daryl.
Hey, Zo, how you doing tonight, man?
Man, I'm turned up, man. Come on.
You are, man. Aren't you tired? You've been hitting it out of the park all week.
Nah, man, this my calling, brother. This is my pulpit. This is the Radio Potter's house.
Listen to me. Listen, those are prophetic words, though. There's people that you can reach that nobody else they'll listen to. Just like that brother that just got off man, he ain't gonna, you was able to connect with him instantly, and because you, dude.
Wait, Daryl, stay with me. I got to come forward, but stay with me, brother, because I want to talk to you.
All right, got you.
When we come forward, back to Los Angeles and Daryl.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Huffington Post reports a mental health crisis among Black students. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News. Rates of depression and anxiety among Black students have been increasing at a staggering rate. A study from the National Institute of Health found that approximately 34% of Black students reported feeling so depressed in the last year that it was difficult to function. Black students attending HBCUs have also been dealing with additional stress of bomb threats at their universities and suddenly not having access to abortion services in the wake of Roe v. Wade. According to the CDC, Black women in the U.S. are 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related complications, and abortion restrictions could increase the maternal mortality rate for Black women. Huffington Post also reports that the quest to raising awareness for mental illness among Black Americans is a priority. Tell us what you think about this story and more on all socials at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Congratulations to Trinity Unlimited Childcare for being KBLA Talk 1580's Office of the Week. Into your business today in the KBLA app or KBLA1580.com for the Office of the Week. Congratulations to Trinity Unlimited Child.
The Institute for Diversity Certification is all about the 3 Ds: dedication, determination, and discipline. Learn more about our globally recognized diversity certification program today by calling 1-800-983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192, or visit diversitycertification.org. As the #1 organization for certified diversity professionals and also certified diversity executive credentials, diversitycertification.org will provide an opportunity for you to demonstrate dedication to the field, determination to make progress, and more discipline to your process. Go today and learn more about the diversity certification system. Call 1-800-983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192. Or go to diversitycertification.org. That's diversitycertification.org. The standard of excellence, equity, diversity, and inclusion.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, reminding you when we fight, we win. Asian Americans Advancing Justice is the nation's largest legal and civil rights organization for Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders. Founded in 1983 as the Asian Pacific American Legal Center, Advancing Justice LA serves more than 15,000 individuals and organizations every year. Their mission is to advocate for civil rights, provide legal services and education, and build coalitions to positively influence and impact Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders, and to create a more equitable and harmonious society. To volunteer, make a donation, or seek assistance, visit advancingjustice-la.org. That's advancingjustice-la.org. Or call 888-349-9695. 888-349-9695. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
More of the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams right now on KBLA Talk 1580.
Something that you told me stayed in my head all night long. You wanted me to love you when you said simply reach out and touch me. My love is in your hand. Feel me. I want to feel the fire. Why you wanna play with my
Come on, man.
emotion?
My playlist is my co-host. Come on, Teddy, tell her. Teddy, tell her what's up.
And if I should lose your love,
Woo-hoo! The Voice of Reason is on fire tonight.
for any reason,
As I said before, my playlist is my co-host. Tonight's versus Teddy Pendergrass versus Donnie Hathaway. The rounds are too close to call. My brother Daryl from Los Angeles was on the phone. He was making a point. I want to get him in here before we get to the top of the hour. Daryl, jump in here, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's not fair to throw in a duet up against Donnie, but he can handle it. But anyways, let me get to my topic here, because you hit on such an interesting subject tonight. I'm guilty of that. and it's by osmosis or something, because I have a certain type of woman that I like to date, and she's 5'10", she's a sister, and she's got a beautiful smile and beautiful eyes. And if the body is up there, then that's even a plus. But most of the times, in discovering these women, most of them have been molested. And then I try to make up for that. Depending on how hard I see it affecting them, I can still see it, the residue of that experience, in their relationships, and then I try to make it right. And I know it's not my job.
But wait, see, Daryl, you on to something. This is trauma bonding and how it could backdoor our gender roles. See, as a man, we want to help. We want to help, right? But I'm gonna tell you, brother, don't date her wounds. That's trauma bonding. Don't do it.
You always say that.
But if you let me give you this though. If you find yourself attracted to her wounds, that ain't you. That's the wounds you neglect. You.
I was molested by my older sister's girl when I was, I don't know, 7 or 8. But it's different for a guy, as long as it's a girl. I mean, I wouldn't want a man.
Wait.
It's got to be.
Stay with me. Stay with me. I got to take you for it one more time. Jeez, because you cooking, and I need you to get all of this out. When we come back, Daryl going to finish it. Los Angeles, California. We on fire tonight.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580 wishes you a happy holiday and wants to bless you with one night only. A Wonder Winter's Night presented by Stevie Wonder's House Full of Toys benefit concert. Saturday, December 17th at Microsoft Theater. Download the KBLA Talk 1580.com mobile app to enter to win a pair of tickets. This has been a community call to action brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about. KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Stop the violence. Increase the Peace Foundation is a non-profit community-based organization dedicated to fostering peace while mitigating violence in our society. Established in 1993, Stop the Violence, Increase the Peace has provided a wide variety of assistance to thousands of youth, families, and victims of violence over the past 3 decades, including intervention services, conflict and dispute resolution training, grief counseling, and victims advocacy. In addition, the foundation offers an array of classes focused on anger management, domestic violence, parenting, substance abuse, and more. To make a donation or to access services, call 323-445-8620. That's 323-445-8620 or visit www.increasethepeacefoundation.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Brother Daryl, you gonna have to hold on, brother. Hold on, man. You gonna have to hold on, Brother Daryl.
Giving up is hard to do. When you really love someone, giving up so hard to do. when you still depend upon her warm and tender touch.
Come on, Donnie, don't do us like that, brother. This is the perfect trauma bonding song.
Her kiss and a hug.
Wow.
Experience for me. But I don't know if that can be related to what I do for women that I don't seek these women out. I just meet them, and they tell me this. Ultimately, I mean, we're in the middle of us dating. They don't really divulge that information right away. Mm-hmm. But when they do, after they acknowledge that, I just never. I feel so bad that a guy, another man, would harm either his stepdaughter or his. I just don't get it. I mean, I can never. I have daughters.
So let me ask you this: are you willing to talk with me a little bit about this in depth when we have a larger segment to go deeper? Are you willing to walk it down a little bit?
With you, Zoe, not only me, but everybody that call your show, man, you are the man. It's a lot of people that wouldn't call the show without a guy like you, man.
All right, so this is what you're going to do.
Yeah.
You're going to stay with me, and then at the top of the hour, we got a lot more space to really just spread it out. And let me see what I can point you to, or what direction I can point you into, okay, Daryl?
That's fair.
When we come forward, me and Daryl, we're going to go deeper into this wound.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. The Bureau of Prisons says all federal inmates who were held in private prisons are now in federal prisons. Last year, President Biden signed an executive order directing the Bureau to move the inmates back to federal facilities and called it the